Let's talk about the stock market for beginners in 2025. Imagine you've just heard about investing, maybe from a friend or on social media, and you're curious, but it all seems overwhelming. The first thing to understand is that the stock market isn't some mysterious casino. It's simply a place where people buy and sell pieces of companies called stocks or equities. When you buy a stock, you're actually buying a small ownership stake in a company. If the company does well, your piece becomes more valuable. If it struggles, your investment can lose value. So, how do you actually start? The process is more straightforward than ever. You begin by opening an online brokerage account. Think of it like opening a bank account, but for investing. Once you've added money to your account, you can buy stocks or funds that track groups of stocks like index funds or ETFs. These funds are great for beginners because they spread your money across many companies, reducing your risk if any single company has a bad year. Now, you might hear a lot about the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones. These are indexes or baskets of big companies that give you a sense of how the overall market is doing. But remember, the market is made up of thousands of companies, and indexes are just a snapshot of the largest or most influential ones. A key point for beginners: don't expect to get rich quick. The stock market rewards patience. Over time, companies that grow their sales and profits tend to see their stock prices rise. But in the short term, prices can bounce up and down for all sorts of reasons: news headlines, economic reports, or even just investor emotions. That's why experts recommend starting with larger, stable companies or broad index funds and only risking money you can afford to leave invested for years. 2025 is an interesting year for new investors. After a couple of strong years, experts expect more muted gains. That means stocks might not soar like they did recently, and there could be more ups and downs. Factors like interest rates, inflation, and global events all play a role. Some analysts think small-cap stocks shares of smaller companies might finally catch up after lagging behind big names for years, but there's no guarantee. Here's another tip: don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversification, spreading your investments across different companies and sectors, helps protect you if one area struggles. And if you're worried about picking the right stock, remember that index funds let you own a piece of hundreds of companies at once, making them a smart choice for beginners. Finally, be prepared for downturns. Every investor experiences losses at some point, but the market has always recovered over the long term. The most